tonight.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13.
And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, Accentuate the Positive, because that's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air, receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're a running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 22 carries, 99 yards, and a touchdown.
And he has 12 touchdowns on the ground this season, so you know he's a big part of their offense. They count on him, not only to score the touchdowns, but now they can play action, fake it to him, throw it out to the wide receivers, get it to other players who can also produce.
That one, a first down pickup of 8. Off-play action. McQueen. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. A handoff as they run the counter play.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here.
It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down. That time a little misdirection really seemed to fool the defense.
And think of it this way. From the time you're in high school, you're taught to watch film and pick up tendencies. Sometimes they can use those against you, though, when they break their own tendencies and hit you back the opposite direction, huh?
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Off the play fake. McQueen. Touchdown!
Jahan Dotson.
His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Bills will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays.
And it was Jahan Dotson with a touchdown catch to finish things off. Taking it about the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
It didn't take long to see our first penalty of the game, did it?
We always talk about everyone wanting to get into the game in a hurry. The officials did as well.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They'll try and run this one right up the gut.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, second down.
Well, look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
And he'll get about 3 up past the 25. The CD, this offense at 11-0 now on the year. A few weeks ago, I remember asking you what kind of percentage chance that you thought they had at staying unbeaten the entire season. I think you said 25%. I'd imagine that number probably grown since then.
I would agree with you, and I'm going to actually bump it up to closer to 50%, only because they still have some tough games to come. And keeping that focus throughout the entire season, that's been a really difficult thing to pull off. But so far, they've done it, and they've done it well.
And he's going to have a Niners first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side, the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010.
It got his man complete. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. A big play there. His 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Niners are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
3rd and 5.
Looking to throw. McQueen. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 8 yards, first down as they're able to convert. Off play action. McQueen.
That one downfield for Dotson. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the 49ers are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing, but clearly there's some growing still to do.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be 4th down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
We're all still valiantly searching for the so-called book, right, that tells us what to do in every situation. Everyone kind of knows what it says, but it's never really been written down anywhere. He violated every code on that one, didn't he? Deciding to go for it right there.
Oh, yeah, your side of the field, this stage of the game, you're supposed to punt the football. He said, who cares? I'm going to light the book on fire.
Yeah, analytics, everyone else, Be warned, he's coming for you.
The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Touchdown, 49ers. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And here come the Bills. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's second down and 5.
Back to throw. McQueen. Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there.
Third down and 1.
Off the play fake. McQueen. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead them to 4th down.
3rd and 1, they opt to pass it, and the one thing happened that could not happen. They took a sack.
Yeah, I just wonder, is that an indictment of their offensive line? Did they think that they couldn't move them enough to pick up a first down there? Or was it analytics? Did they think about it that way? In any event, they'll be studying that in the future.
That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. And San Francisco gets set to go here.
And they fell behind early, but since then, 2 touchdowns and a 14-7 lead.
Yeah, they found the end zone on their first 2 drives, and even more so after the defense gave up the first lead. But these last 2 drives, obviously they inspired their D because they shut them down the last time out. They hope to continue that.
And this is taken in at the 5.
And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort.
We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Well, that didn't take long. 1 play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. They'll try to run this one in. And across the goal line, into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. A great play there.
His 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Buffalo offense back out ready to go. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And look at this, for the 2nd straight play, the 49er defense drops him for a loss. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef, that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 3 yards all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Here's Blake Gillikin now.
They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brett.
That's caught inside the 20. A big play there for the Niners. 58 yards.
I'll tell you what, this is not going to be a fun discussion at halftime for this defense. They've been absolutely taken advantage of in the first half. And here's another play for big yardage.
Let's go. Black 40. Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. Here we go. Ready. Yellow. 22.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. A great effort there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the 49ers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. And the Niners get there and bring him down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Looking to throw. McQueen. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. To throw on 3rd down. McQueen. Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. Yeah, boy, he had the marker square in his sights, but a good tackle is going to leave him about a yard or so short. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Able to power through. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Well, the 49ers settling in for their next drive.
And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because...
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, 49ers. A big play there. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns.
And the 49ers are able to add on to their first-half lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the route is on here in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit.
Out to the left, he's got his tight end, Knox. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Throwing on 1st down. McQueen
going right back to Knox, and again a completion.
Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. To throw on second down, McQueen. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And they're going to speed things up here. This pass hauled in by Dotson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. And the Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Now a 2nd and 2.
Back to throw again. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. Clock running as he's brought down, but now you can't spike it. It's 4th down.
So we've come to
halftime over. No problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest.
It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The 49er offense set to go to begin quarter number 3. And the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
Well, obviously, they never want to see penalties on that defense, but this one a little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches preach it all the time. You can't put yourself in that kind of position if you're the defender. You've got to stay in a spot far downfield.
A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. And that is caught. And he has now tied the record. Touchdown.
And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground.
And he's going to have a Bills 1st down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd down at 7.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down. Operating from the gun. McQueen. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 1st and 10. McQueen working the middle here. That's complete to Knox, the tight end. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. Back to throw. McQueen. Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's 2nd and goal.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? They'll try to run this one in. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Third and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Looking to throw. McQueen. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now nothing but green ahead of him. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
We'll give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but that's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. And oh, it'll be intercepted.
Jair Elam makes a pick.
How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. 41 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable 2nd down.
This 2nd and 4.
He'll drop to throw. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI.
So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but the flag comes out for interference.
And now you're set up right on the doorstep of the goal line. 1 yard away. Changes what your play calls are going.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Niners have taken a 6-touchdown lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo 1st down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Looking to throw on second down. McQueen. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Rookie quarterback, rookie running back. They team up there to pick up the first. Back now in Buffalo. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Just a gain of a couple there. And that will bring up second down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. That'll go as a pickup of 8.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year, and part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards, and that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Back to throw. McQueen, he finds his man, complete. That's Banks. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Looking to throw. McQueen firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
They'll look to throw again. Forced out to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. Accelerating, and off he goes.
Come on, bring it, baby. Bring
And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. How about that for a momentum swing? You had it goal to go. Not only do you cough it up, but they pick it up and return it all the way for a touchdown.
And now you have to give oxygen to the entire team because what a letdown that was. Terrific drive. Looked like you're going to get points. Instead, the other team registers them on the scoreboard.
Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. McQueen
Over the middle, brought in by Dotson.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Now flags will come in. One of the Bills got going a little early.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
They were looking good on 2nd down, but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. McQueen. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
From the gun on 3rd down. McQueen. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Back to throw. McQueen. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5.
You can't block me. You can't.
Looking to throw. McQueen. It's complete to Parker, left side. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. To throw on 2nd down, McQueen. Buying time to his left. And out of bounds right around the 20. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. Oh, a strip. The ball comes out. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Following the fumble recovery, McQueen. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. The defense rising to the challenge and setting them back on the sack. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Throwing middle, and it's complete. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. 49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down. Back to throw. McQueen. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it... falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The Bills send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to... And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
Well, I think it's pretty evident that any blowout isn't going to be big enough for them. They're already up 7 full touchdowns, and it's still not stopping them from throwing it deep downfield, taking their shots, trying to add more points.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. This is caught, and he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for San Francisco, the streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Bills, it was a win they needed to turn the season around, but instead, they fall to 5-7. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against